Hello everyone, and welcome back to Pathfinder Kingmaker. So it's been a while, and well, we did manage to get rid of the Stag Lord. Yeah, so now we have to report back and tell the... Wait, I forgot the name of the person who hired us. We have to report back and become governor, I guess. We're gonna have a kingdom. Is it a... Wait, no, not a kingdom. Some land. Yeah. Who claims the land? Claim his pain and his death. Okay. Okay, if you say so. Oleg. Rest of the weights. I plan to get set off right away. The fox seems to be thinning, but we should wait until it burns off completely. In the meantime, I'll gather some supplies for your journey to make sure you can enjoy your trip back to Restov. Okay. Who's speaking? Is it me? Oh. Hello.
Good work. Nice to see I haven't lost my intuition for people. Not many would have managed to set out to the stolen lands and return with the Stag Lord's head, but I knew you could handle it. Congratulations are in order. Today, you'll receive the title of Baroness before the High Society of Rostov, and even Natala Sertova personally. God's bless her. Tomorrow, you'll be able to return to the stolen lands if you wish, but this time as a ruler.
Oh, okay.
But matters of state can wait. For now, enjoy this feast in your honor. All the city leaders are here. It's a great opportunity to make some useful connections.
Okay, so networking time.
Speaking of connections, let me introduce you to Kasil Aldori. He's my adopted son and apprentice. He's a trustworthy man. I'd like to send him with you as an envoy.
Okay. Kasil, a young Arfolk with impeccable poise, performs textbook perfect bow. Huh. He looks like a noble fighter. Chamandi, just what kind of game are you playing? I think I have the right to know. I don't need an envoy. Do you already know about my encounter with Sartuccio? Thank you, I'm going to speak with the guests. Chamandi, just kind of game are you playing? I think I have the right to know. Yeah.
Yes, you certainly have that right. But tell me, how well do you know Brevoy's history or the current political atmosphere? It won't be an easy explanation.
What do I need to know about the history of Brevoy?
What's now called Brevoy was originally two different countries, Rostland and Issia. 200 years ago, they were stuck in constant squabbles. Then, Coral the Conqueror showed up and united the two states into one. Such diplomatic tricks are easy to manage when you have dragons at your disposal.
What? Dragons? What? Destroying all who opposed him with the aid of fire-breathing dragons. Oh, man. What? Is this Game of Thrones?
The so-called noble houses of Brevoy, mainly Sertova, Orlovsky, and Lebeda, once ruled over Issia. We, the Aldori, ruled Rostland. The royal house Rogarvia, founded by Coral the Conqueror, forced us into obedience. But 200 years isn't long enough to make peace with such a troubled history. Even 2,000 years wouldn't be enough for us to accept Issian rule. Brevoy is a country held together by a thread, and that thread grows ever weaker.
What do I need to know about the current political atmosphere?
We, the Aldori and the great noble houses, spent 200 years under the rule of invaders, the Royal House Rogarvia. We plotted, we schemed, we stabbed each other in the back, but open confrontation was out of the question. But a few years ago, House Rogarvia disappeared. No one knows how or why, but one
What?
day, their manors were just empty. And the force that held Brevoy together, that kept us from a bloody feud, ceased to be. Brevoy is currently ruled by the House Sertova, the former kings of Issia, but their power pales in comparison to that of House Rogarvia when they were here. So now Sertova and Aldori stand facing each other, staring each other in the eye, waiting for the other to draw their sword. It's an untenable situation. No one wants a civil war that would drown Brevoy in blood, but peace between us is also out of the question.
My god. What role do I play in your plans?
Rostland wants to regain its independence, and we will regain it. The power the Issians hold over us is humiliating and costly, and the Sertovas won't give us our freedom without a fight. That is, unless there is some external power that can force everyone to sit down and talk. Do you see where this is going?
Do I see where this is going? I don't know.
The stolen lands are disputed territory. Brevoy can't appropriate them without raising protests from each of the neighboring states. However, if some brave people were to found independent states on that land, it would be another matter entirely. My hope is that you and your future neighbors, Baron Hannes Drelev and Captain Mager Varn, will become our allies. But even your neutrality would introduce a powerful counterbalance to the aggression of the noble houses. Maybe, with your help, the inevitable division of Brevoy can occur without too much pain.
Don't the Sword Lords have any other foreign allies capable of playing this role?
We hope to get some help from the Maivani Aldori, the descendants of the Sword Lords who have fled from Coral's rage to build a new nation in the south. But the Issians know this well, and are doing everything they can to deny us this help. I won't go into details, but if my intelligence is correct, if a civil war starts in Brevoy, Maivan will be too occupied with its own inner troubles to interfere.
What part does Rostov play in this game?
Rostov is a free city, proud of its independence from everyone, including the Aldori Sword Lords. But when it comes to Rostland's liberation, our goals align. This whole plan is our joint creation with Lord Mayor Yosef Selimius.
If Natala is already here, why did she let you grant me the title?
Actually, she could still intervene and disrupt the proceedings. But she's a Sertova. Their games are always complex and multi-layered. They're always looking for ways to turn defeat into victory. If she's decided to allow you to become a baroness, it means she already has some idea of how she can turn it to her benefit. Let's consider how she could do so. Maybe she understands that Rostland will inevitably separate and she doesn't want a war. In that case, new states in the stolen lands give the Issians a reason to sit down and talk without losing face. But that's an optimistic view, and truth be told, it doesn't quite match up with what we've come to expect from the Sertovas. The more likely scenario is that Natala wants to win you over to her side. If war breaks out and at least one of you stabs us in the back, Rostland will be surrounded by enemies. That might be enough to bring about our downfall. But you would fall first, and your newly formed states would be left in ruin. The Issians always like to have someone around to pull their chestnuts out of the fire for them. A piece of friendly advice? Don't do business with House Sertovas, no matter what promises they make you. Any deal with the noble houses is a deal with devils.
Okay, what happens next?
How should I know? We're in the middle of a big game. And today, you move from being merely a piece on the board to being one of the players.
I don't know about that. Wanna play?
I hope you have a better understanding of what's at stake.
Do you already know about my encounter with Sartuccio?
Of course. Keston gave me a full report. You dealt with the scoundrel perfectly. It would be naive to think that none of your neighbors will try to stick their hands in your affairs. Especially that sly fox Iravetti.
Do I need an envoy? I don't know. Okay, I'll play along right for now. Well, I don't think there's any reason to not do it, but... Thank you. I'm going to speak with the guests.
Enjoy your evening. When you're ready for the official part, come to me.
Okay. The Stag Lord, that bloodthirsty bandit who had seized power. Oh my god, can I not read the things? Noble welcome, the heroine deserves a reward for her feat. Bonus title. My god, there's no time to read. Leander. Hello? A handsome, well-dressed young man of about 17 years old looks at you with a polite smile. Landa. So, you're the famous slayer of the Stag-Lord's gang, soon to be a baroness. Pleased to make your acquaintance. My name is Landa. Just Landa? No last name, no title? Well, let's just say I'm here. Incognito. Under my circumstances, it's wise to keep one lineage to oneself. Truth be told, that's precisely what I wanted to speak with you about. You see, I'm an heir to one of Brevoy's noble houses. I won't say which, but believe me, a newly appointed baronet with no connections would do well to have a friend like me. Okay. I travel the country in secret, without servants, so I can see it for myself. Not from a carriage window, but face to face with the people. My family would never approve, of course, but then I never asked. I need to know Brevoy if I'm going to rule a part of it someday. I know Jamandi wants to impose her stepson on you as an emissary of Brevoy. Refuse. Take me instead. Don't look at my age. While they may have trained with Arfolks to swing... While they may have trained with this Arfolk to swing a sword, I've been training to rule since I was a child. I'll be of far greater use to you, both now and in the future, after I have a firm position in my family. Are you of Restovic nobility? Oh no, I'm not from here. I'm just visiting, you could say. I wanted to see for myself the heroes who managed to conquer the frontier lands, and the Lord Mayor was kind enough to invite me to this wonderful party. I think he's one of the agents of the other faction. I forgot their name. I consider your proposal. Yes, do so, and carefully. Oh my, I've got gained the level. Which... Level 4. Be a level 5 fighter. Open training. Defeat. Okay. Persuasion, of course. Knowledge world, athletics, and law nature. Run a strike. I think I want Piranha Strike. little dory. Piranha strike. Okay. Weapon training. Tuning sword, heavy blade. Okay, I want that. Mm-hmm. First, in time of pestilence, a ludicrous attempt to sink into reverie, just to digress from contemplating one's own insignificance. Amiri. Hello. I'm gonna talk to my friends first. Their wine is alright, nice and strong, but the appetizers, huh, barely a mouthful. Hey, Lindsay. Oh, pour up to the brim. So that. Oh, I must be drunk. I forgot the line. Ethel. They call this a feast? I'd show them some real festivities if they'd let me. God.
The way seems clear.
Tristan. Hello? These people are not celebrating. It seems your feat has given them new hope. I'm not just celebrating, okay. Who's that?
Will you drink with me?
You see Cassie approaching. Who's Cassie? A tiefling girl from Quadira, who helped you during the fight in Jamandi, Eldora's mansion. Surprisingly, when Tartuccio voiced his accusations against you, she became distant, and even unfriendly, refusing to take your side and join your party. You see Cassie approaching, the tiefling you met during the battle at Jamandi Eldora's mansion. As she draws near, she places one of the cups in the wine she's holding into your hand. Will you drink with me? Of course, to beauty. Of course, to my success. Do you want to get right to business? I have yet to become a baroness, and already it seems that someone wishes to poison me. Oh my god. Of course, to beauty.
To beauty. It sweetens our happy days and brings solace to our dark and sorrowful ones. But jokes aside, I came to apologize. I know the words I said in our conversation with Lady Aldery might have offended you, but this was not my intention. The lessons life has dealt me were not easy. I've learned to be wary of new acquaintances, which is why I've refused to join your party. I hope you will forgive me for this weakness and for my harsh words. And I hope you will hear me out, for I have something to tell you.
No need to apologize. I don't expect everyone I meet to immediately fall under my charms and trust me with all their secrets. Apology accepted. What do you want to tell me? First, I will listen to what you have to say, and then I will decide what to think of your repentance. You've shown your duplicity once. I don't want to have anything further to do with you. No need to apologize.
How amusing. Usually those who don't seek affection are the very ones who receive it. Anyway, enough sweet talk. There is something important I wanted to tell you.
Okay, go on.
As it happens, I came across some very valuable information. What brave conqueror of these wild lands wouldn't be intrigued by news of an ancient shrine, possibly full of great treasures? A place such as this was discovered by my old friends from Kadira, and it just so happens to be located in the lands that today become rightfully yours.
Rightfully yours.
My friends lack the courage to enter the shrine and seek the treasure, but what will stop us? We who know the taste of battle and have been singed by the same fire.
Guys, he stops, looking at you expectantly. What could be better than a treasure hunt? I'm ready! It sounds tempting, but I'll need to think about it. Forgive me if your promises are not reassuring. I have no wish to have anything more to do with you. Oh my god, every step you can be a jerk. What could be better than treasure hunt?
I'm sure you'd like to finally gain your official title and celebrate your victory. And I don't like noisy parties and ceremonies. Find me when you return to your dominion. I'll rent a house in your capital. We can discuss the details of our expedition there. So long,
Okay.
friend. I'll call you so today because soon enough, all you'll be hearing is, Your Grace, Your Grace, Your Grace.
Saluting you with the cup, the tiefling girl steps back and disappears in the shadows between the columns. Okay. Valerie, hey, how you doing? Truth be told, I'm not really comfortable here. I lost my taste for high society. Octavia. Oh, tried the eclairs. They're delicious. Regengar. Haha, to victory! To freedom! Bottoms up. Bottoms up, yes.
Quiet footsteps.
I need to talk to all those guys. I guess, I mean, they're not anything special. To talk with the people who have a name. This man is a Megavan. This man is obviously more comfortable in the battlefield than in the company of nobles. He's well built, with the expensive waistcoat he's wearing doesn't quite fit properly, although it was borrowed. He has a few bare scars across his face, and his dark hair is drawn into an unkempt ponytail with a few streaks of grey running through it. He greets you with a broad smile and a firm handshake. Let me introduce myself. I'm Megavan, new ruler of Dunswood. Your neighbor to the east. Like you, I'm about to be a baron. Great job with the Stag Lord. By the way, not everyone could exterminate a whole gang of bandits with such a small team. How did you earn the title of baron? Truth be told, my team and I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. Jamandi Eldori needed someone reliable to take and hold the territory. I'm the captain of a mercenary team, if that wasn't clear. Varling Host. Have you heard of us? No? No matter. We've done work for Jamandi before. This time the task was simple. We just waltzed into the area, cleared it of the most brazen monsters, and built a small fort to hold the place. And for that, a barony and land to own. It was a dream job. So how do you feel being a noble? Looking at his rich clothes, Vaughn smirks. Like a feather on a plate. I've killed all kinds of monsters, but this is the first time I've so strongly felt like turning away could get me eaten. He nods towards an arrogant man in the other corner of the room. See that lad? Baron Drelev. He's not like us. Who knows what generation of Baron he is? Didn't even shake my hand, you and me? We're like dirt beneath his boots. That's why those like us, the newly made nobility, need to stick together. Otherwise, he'd take my land and yours in the blink of an eye. Yeah, you must be right. It was nice meeting you. Farewell. Goodbye. Once you've settled in, come pay us a visit. Okay. Keston Garrus. Well, Tichu. Who else come and how did we? Maybe I have heard one too many. Is it the guard we saw back there? Chandra Murphy. Ah, yes. I see good old Restov hasn't changed a bit. Even the smell in the streets is the same. Natala Sotova. Oh, Natala Sotova. Natala Sotova is discussing something with an unfamiliar old lady in a low voice. Upon noticing you, she breaks into a sugary sweet smile. Oh, you were not only tough, but quick. Well, congratulations on your victory. Enjoy it while you can. Is this a threat? What do you think awaits me? Oh, nothing good, I fear. The Eldori, our dearest friends, didn't deem it necessary to inform you of their plans, I assume. You see, they're preparing to separate from Brevoy. It will not be a peaceful process. They lack the strength currently, hence using this legal loophole to create some independent allies. Once the civil war breaks out, your lands will be the first to endure a strike from Brevoy's forces. Perhaps they'll erect a memorial stone in independent Restov to honor you. Well, I wouldn't count on even that, really. What would you propose? Oh, in your situation, the most reasonable course of action would be to align yourself with the local rulers of Brevoy, the noble houses. The Eldori won't dare to rebel, knowing they will immediately become trapped. You could help Brevoy avoid a civil war, while simultaneously enjoy some well-deserved peace in your lands. I don't know. I believe Jamandi has already attempted to impose a guard on you as an emissary. I'm guessing her low-born stepson, the green-skinned boy, Castle. It's up to you, of course, but I would recommend you a different envoy. Please meet Chandra Murphy, an experienced diplomat who is more familiar with Brevoy's politics than any brawler could be. The old woman standing next to Natala gives you a slight bow. I would be happy to help to establish diplomatic relations with Brevoy. I'll consider your proposal. Think on it. Do not make any hasty decisions. Oh my god, political games. I don't know if I like that. I'm pretty sure I don't. Is Fungi Key?
Precisely.
Who are you? A handsome man with a weather-beaten face grasps your hand tightly in his rough, closed palms. Like the rest of the guests in their festive clothes, he wears a simple robe. The only luxury you see on him is a holy symbol of Erastil, made of solid gold. Ooh. The other guests look at him with respect, some bordering on awe. He has no portraits? What? Congratulations on your victory, he says in a deep voice. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Ivan the King, High Priest of Erastil in Restov. into the stolen land is a difficult endeavor. I would be grateful for any help you could spare. This is a truly noble undertaking. I believe our community will be able to provide you with reasonable assistance. We will help you construct a shrine in your capital free of charge. Oh, that's nice. Thank you. Do many people in Restov venerate Erestil? Oh, they revere many gods in Restov. They pray Abadar, patron of cities, and Pharasma, gatherer of souls. There are also some more rare cults, but there is no denying that the stag god has the largest congregation here. And no wonder. People here have lived off farming and hunting for centuries. You're dressed surprisingly simply for such a festive occasion. The corner of the priest's mouth turned up in a faint smile. The nobles dress in silken satins to stand out from the poor. A priest wears a simple robe to stand out from the nobles. Oh, that's well said. It was an honor to meet you. Goodbye. I still keep you. Okay. Hannister Drelaf. This man's gorgeous clothes hide rippling muscles beneath them. He looks past your ear, obviously bored. Baron Hannis Drelef, he says so fondly, emphasizing the word Baron. Baron Hannis Drelef. And you must be the Stag-Lord Butcher. I'm sorry, I quite forgot your name. But you took out the Stag-Lord and his gang. And so Sword Lord Jamandi is granting you permission to take his place, right? Well, congratulations. My lands lie to the west of yours. I suppose we're neighbors now. Yes, I defeated the Stag-Lord. Pray tell, what did you do to deserve your new dominion? You're not very polite for a nobleman. A smirk appears on the Baron's face. Oh, I don't need to deserve or prove anything. Countless generations of my glorious ancestors have done so for me. If I had a slightly bigger army, Sword Lord Jamandi would have simply given all the stolen lands to me. Alas, I don't have so many soldiers at my disposal, so she had to urgently make barons of the likes of you and Vaughn. So you have no army and no special merits. You were just given land for being pretty? I don't think I need to antagonize this man. I mean, he's obviously... Oh, he's going to side with the others, isn't he? Oh. You're not very polite for a nobleman. Do we do that? I don't know. I'd rather just not say anything. Goodbye. Not even deigning to reply. Baron Drelef turns around and looks away. I don't care. There's nothing to loot around here. Guess not. Oh wait, we were here before. So, who's this guy? Cassie Dory. I'm gonna talk to this guy. Today is a historic day for Restov, and maybe for all of Brevoy. Joseph Selimius. An older man with his full sideburns look at you with interest through a golden eyeglass. Where now, if it isn't the hero of the festivities, the protege of our dear Demandi. You pulled this off quite cleverly, I confess. I confess I wasn't convinced your enterprise would succeed. I even bet a bottle of my best Pitaxian wine against you, but I'm happy to admit I was wrong. The Eldori have always been adept at finding new talent. I don't believe we've been introduced. Oh, so it would seem. I am Joseph Solemius, Lord Mayor of Restov. I rule this town and the adjacent lands. As your northern neighbor, I hope we can look forward to a long and fruitful friendship. So you rule Restov. What about the Eldori? What about the Eldori? What about the Eldori? Ah, Bravo's politics seem complex and incomprehensible to many. Here, in this part of Rostland, the spirit of northern freedom still lives. We are loyal to the throne, of course. May the gods prolong the life of His Highness. His Highness? Who's His Highness? King Noldeski Sertova. Ah, okay. Sertova. But here, far from the dominions of the great houses, we have our own way of life. It is especially important now, after the certain events that I probably don't need to name. The Eldori sword lords used to rule Rostland. They're still the largest landowners and main military force in the region. But it's not for nothing that Restov is called a free city. We're proud to choose the Lord Mayor from among the citizens, considered not by their lineage, but by their own merits. What kind of events are we talking about? The disappearance? Mayor Salimis gives you a patronizing smile. Oh, why? An aspiring politician needs to be well informed. I'm talking, of course, about the disappearance of the ruling house of Rogovia. Can you imagine it? Old Man Coral conquered our land 2 centuries ago. It would be a shameless lie to say that nobody wished his royal house could just disappear into thin air. But once that exact thing happened, turned out nobody was ready for it. Poof! All over the country, every member of the royal house disappeared without a trace. Nobody knows what happened. It is a mystery. But a mystery pregnant with opportunity for everyone. Is nobody investigating that? How are things in Rostov then? Well, I don't want to boast, but things have been going well in recent years. Trade prospers, the population grows, and the citizens are happy. Although, recently, especially after the disappearance of House Rogovia, more and more troublemakers have been appearing, and people are talking about the most shocking things. But those sorts of rumors aren't worthy of your attention. It was nice meeting you. Goodbye. Oh, please wait a moment. Your young barony will need resources to establish itself, and from what I've been told, you're somewhat in need of financial assistance. I could organize and supply everything you need for the construction and spread out the costs on extremely favorable terms. I could immediately procure, let's say, 500 cartloads of building supplies. I'm sure that would give you a good start. In exchange, I will ask a small favor. Until you repay the debt in full, you simply assume the obligation of contracting building services through Restov's Builders Guild. Do we have a deal? Yeah. Yeah, we have a deal. Then it's a deal. I'll get everything in order right away and schedule delivery immediately. It was nice meeting you. Goodbye. The feeling is mutual, I assure you. I look forward to hearing more of your dazzling successes soon. Okay, okay.
That's easy.
Wait. Aldori. Wait, they're all... Range, legerdemain. Arcane trickster. Class, bard. Rogue. I want her to be a rogue. I don't know. Spire courage. Perception. Trickery. Knowledge Arcana. I don't know. Weapon finesse, weapon focus, point blank shot. Weapon finesse, okay, okay. Second level spell. Summon monsters, cure moderate wounds, scare, rage. Hold the person. Fox cunning, glitter dust. Gonna take that. Barbarian. Why are there some of the... Why do I have to level up some of them and not all of them? That's weird. Point blank shot, no. While you are flanked adjacent to an ally, receive +2 circumstance bonus to AC attacks from opponents flanking you. Combat reflexes, coordinated defense, coordinated maneuvers. Deceitful. Die hard dodge. Endurance, extra rage. Improve initiative, improve now strike. Intimidating prowess. Add flank. Whenever you and an ally who also has this feat are flanking the same creature, your flanking bonus on attack rolls to increase to +4. In addition, whenever you score a critical hit against a flanked creature, it provokes an attack of opportunity for your ally. Persuasive. Power attack, precise strike. I don't know. Precise strike. Gonna take that. Law nature, athletics. Weapon specialization, I don't know. Do I need that? Weapon specialization. Oh wait. What weapon does she use? The long sword. I don't think she really could be anything else than fighter. Weapon specialization. I think I need to specialize Bastard Sword. Really? Wait. Weapon focus. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Why am I not using that? Why is she not using one of those? Bastard Sword. Because I don't have a +1 Bastard Sword, probably. Precise strike. Okay. Neutral evil. Inquisitor. Necromancy. Chaotic neutral, okay. Chaotic evil. Wait, what? That's wrong. Wait, what's his name? Rekangar, chaotic evil. My god. I didn't realize. Chaotic good? She doesn't care about the fact that he's evil? What? My god. Okay, I'm gonna have to talk to Jamandi Aldere.
So, how do you like our little gathering? I hope you've made some useful connections. Shall we move on to the official proceedings?
Before we begin, I'd like to talk about the envoy I'll be taking with me.
My apprentice, Casil Aldori, will go with you, won't he?
Young Londa will come with me. Chandra Murphy would be my envoy. Wait, can I? Oh, should have saved. Yes.
Whatever you choose, I won't argue. But you must choose your inner circle with the utmost care.
I mean, I think the other dude is an envoy of the other faction, and I don't like this woman. Okay, I'm ready.
Excellent. Stand here. Lords and ladies, today we are here to honor 3 brave people who have done the impossible. They've tamed the stolen lands. Baron Hannes Drelev, the new master of Glenabon. Captain Maegor Varn, the conqueror of Dunsword. And finally, the tamer of the Shrike Hills, who put an end to the atrocities of the Stag Lord's bandits. Step forward. On behalf of the people of the free city of Restov, I confer upon you this noble title. Rise, your grace.
The celebration is over. Now it's time to return to your land. Okay.
Victory! The Stag Lord's dead, and the capital of the new barony has been built in place of his fort. That was how the long and challenging taming of the stolen lands began.
Hello? Gaston Garris. Welcome, your grace. Gaston salutes you. You can see he's a bit anxious and he seems he'd rehearsed his speech many times. Let me once again congratulate you on your victory and your new title. Lady Jamandi transferred me here. I am at your disposal. I'm not one to bestow honors, but I want you to know I'm glad to serve you. Oh, that's nice. I'm here to welcome you on behalf of your new capital's citizens. The Stag Lord's former stronghold will soon be a thriving city. Word travels fast, and the first settlers have already arrived, with new ones approaching as we speak. While you were visiting Rostov, much has been done here. Your benefactors, the Aldori, invested a great deal of resources in rebuilding the city. I stand ready to answer your questions and to show you around the most important sites. Where are my companions? They are all somewhere around here, but I never kept an eye on who went where exactly. Well, I assume Tristan is with Yod, and you can always find Lindsay. Just follow the noise and turmoil. Are there any citizens I should know about? Our old acquaintance, Yod is right here. Erastil's cleric. You normally don't like cities much, but he's eager to serve you. Also, the emissary from Brevo is here, waiting for you in the throne room. There's also this curious matter. An elf has paid us a visit. A blind elf, Desna, only knows how he managed to get here. He seems a peaceful, even pleasant fellow, though naturally a little odd, so I let him stay a while. It's up to you to decide what to do with him now. That's about it, I guess. What's the mood of the people here? I must admit, I've never seen anything like that my whole life. A city, a whole barony, born right in front of our eyes. The people sense the moment, and today we are feeling proud. As a rule, not too cheerful or chatty, I'd normally feel out of place among all the rejoicing, but today is just one of those days. Oh, the main question is, where can I get a drink out or three? It's time to toast my victory. Gaston hesitates a brief moment, then laughs. I'll make sure to show you the moment we enter the city. The tavern was the first business that opened. Building a city is thirsty work, and I beg your forgiveness for my behavior during your reception. I drank a little too much. It is a day for celebration. I'm ready to look around the city. The city, lead the way. Follow me, Your Grace. Hello. Hello. Greetings, Your Grace. We are, well, your new subject. We're selecting a site to build our house. Okay. It's wet near the lake and windy up here on the hill. A fine place to throw garbage at your neighbor's head, though. Ouch. What? Oh, it's a good thing you got rid of those monsters and bandits, Your Grace. Indeed. Do you recognize this place? This place, Your Grace? This is where the Stag Lord's fortress wall used to be, you know? And that saved him in the end, eh? Our workers did a fine job turning this bandit den into the heart of the town. The heart of every town is its main square. We plan to hold street festivities and fairs here. Look, we already have our first vendor. Oh, greetings, Your Grace. If you turn to the right from the square, you'll end up straight in our tavern. Tavern? Yes. The tavern's ale is blessed by Caden himself. I swear, and the lady who owns it is a gem. I've heard a baroness is as tall as a troll, has hair of pure gold. Oh, that's all nonsense. Well, except from the part about breathing fire. All barons can breathe fire, trust me. Oh, welcome, Your Grace. We're glad to serve you. Hello. Your Grace, those are our guards to keep order in the city. Or, okay. Yes, the observation platform. I hope one day your capital will grow large enough so that we won't be able to see its full extent from this perch. Oh, okay. It's a measure of development. Building in front of us is your residence. That's where we'll head to now. That's where we'll head to now. Welcome to your barony. You are about to make the unyielding stolen lands a prosperous kingdom. There is a long and arduous road ahead of you, and you and your advisors are going to deal with matters of national importance. Found and build up settlements, seize and develop new regions, solve pressing problems, and take advantage of good opportunities. A prosperous governor will be handsomely rewarded with support and donation from their subjects, promising alliance with other states, wealth for the treasury, and many other things. Good luck in your ruling, Baroness. So, we've reached the main chambers. This is the throne room, where you'll hold court and receive visitors. Let me draw your attention to this large map, depicting your barony and its surroundings. We'll mark all the important scout reports and other news worthy of your grace's attention. Having finished his speech, Gaston tucks his thumbs under his belt and stands quietly. Greetings, your grace. Cassiel, Lady Jamandi's ward, gives you a polite bow. It was a pleasure to meet you at the Rostov reception. On behalf of your allies and benefactors, the Aldori Sword Lords, I'd like to offer you some advice. Barony effects: community +6, authority +6, military +3, economic +3, divine +3, arcane +3, stability +3. New event: trade agreement with Satova, agreement with Joseph Selimius, Esvanki's offer, pillage the Temple of the Elk, rebuild the Temple of the Elk, research into the nature of curses, Davik Nettle. Difficulty level of your barony. You may change the difficulty level of your barony at any time or set it to automatic. If set to automatic, you won't have to deal with most government decisions. They will be taken care of automatically, and your barony will never fail. However, this will also prevent you from unlocking any governance-related achievements. Okay. According to the ancient tradition of Brevoy and most of your other river kingdoms, rulers address affairs of state and receive visitors at the beginning of the month. My advice to you is to maintain this tradition and regularly visit your capital when needed. The first thing you should do as a ruler is assign royal people to all the important positions in your barony. Your cleric, Yod, and Tristan were the first to seek an audience. I won't distract you further, and I'll leave you to consider. Once again, my congratulations. May your rule be long and prosperous. Okay. Yod Kafkan. Oh, your grace. Allow me to congratulate you on receiving the title of Baroness. I'm confident that you will be able to bring order to these troubled lands. Yod stumbles slightly. Though, to be honest, that isn't exactly what we wanted to speak to you about. Tristan and I have been talking a great deal about what happened at the Temple of the Elk. It doesn't all make sense to us yet, but one thing is clear. There's a powerful curse at work. It corrupted the very essence of that sacred place, steeping it with putrescence. I'm disgusted with whoever could do this. Yod exhales loudly, catching his breath. And now, there's a new woe. Tristan and I believe the curse did not simply disperse of its own accord. There is a place near the capital rumored to be the locals to be cursed. There's a place near the capital rumored by the locals to be cursed. Tristan and I visited this dreadful place, and we felt the same putrescence as at the Temple of the Elk. What is this place? Where is it? There is a bold hilltop not far from here, to the north of the capital. Its crown is entirely barren of life. The local believes that rituals glorifying the dark gods were held there back in ancient times. There is no longer any trace of such rituals, but the air around the hilltop is heavy to the point of stifling. This place is like a rotting wound, closed but not healed. And this wound will undoubtedly open again. Tristan and I felt something approaching, something ominous. The curse will soon return to plague us once more. I swear by Erastil. I'll go there as soon as I'm able. I would be happy to accompany you, but I would not expect to see anything new there at present. I agree with Tristan. We have been to this hilltop. It's barren, but filled with a dense atmosphere of unease. Well, what do you suggest? The curse will grow in strength, and we predict it will reach the peak of its strength in about 1 month. That's when we should visit the boulder hilltop and resolve this issue. From now, we can only wait and prepare. We beg your pardon, Your Grace, for intervening with you getting the grasp of your barony. I'm sure you have even more pressing matters at run right now. Okay.
My instincts dull when I'm tired.
What? The barony has 10 basic stats, each supervised by an advisor. They are as follows: populations, loyalty, military, economy, divine, relations, stability, magic, culture, and espionage. Stats increase if your governance is successful, and decrease if events don't end well or other negative factors are placed in your way. Don't let your barony stats drop to 0 or lower. This will cause your subjects to riot, and your state will begin to crumble. Each stat has certain milestones or ranks within them. Every 20 points in a stat will increase your rank. Rank 1 unlocks and corresponding advisor position for the stat. Further development of the stat and upgrades to its ranks will be possible only if you have advisors in the relevant position. Okay. Governing your barony will require 1 advisor for each stat. You may appoint your companions as well as some of the Stolen Land citizens into these advisors' positions. Each of the 10 positions has at least 3 characters who are qualified to hold it. Not all of these characters will be willing to serve you right away. Some of them will need to be convinced. Appointing others will require completing an assignment for them or rendering them some other services. Every advisor acts on their own ideology. They have their own opinions on everything that happened in your domain. Therefore, you may want to select characters whose governance philosophy is consistent with your own. Open the Advisor tab on the right side of the screen with an empty slot and select a character to appoint them as advisor. Even barony stats every barony stat gains a bonus from a specific ability of the appointed advisor. The exact size of the bonus is indicated in the upper right corner of the advisor's card. Only advisors may address the problems, opportunities, and sudden events that occur in your domain and require immediate attention. Don't leave these positions vacant. The Stolen Lands, not the Stolen Lands, how do we name our barony? The Freedom Lands. Click your capital icon to open the settlement map. Community +0. Okay, everything is at +0. Dustdale. Constructing buildings. Wait, what? Construct buildings? You may construct buildings to increase your barony stats. Each building has a cost in BP and a construction time. You may construct several buildings simultaneously. To start construction, select the building you need from the list on the right side of the screen and place it in an empty slot in the settlement. Buildings may provide special bonuses if you meet certain conditions. Most commonly, 2 buildings must stand close together to grant the bonus. Make sure you use this feature to your full benefit when planning a settlement. Some buildings can be placed only in designated spots or areas. As example, a pier must be built on water, and a mill must be built with no other buildings around it. Demolish a building to get rid of it and recover half the resources you spent on construction. If you want to move a building, you will have to demolish the old one, getting half of the resources you spent on it, and construct it in the new desired slot for half the price. You won't have to spend any extra BP, but you will have to wait for construction to finish in the new location. Okay. Let's save before we do anything stupid. Okay, so what do we do? Barracks, brewery, granary. PS. Why is it blue? Why is this green? Oh my god. Barracks +1, Relations Brewery. It's windmill. Longhouse. Spacious building for holding meetings and discussions. Okay. Herbalist house. Loyalty. Monument. Orphanage. Shrine. Okay. Smithy. Wait, don't we already have a tavern? Didn't he say that we had a tavern already? Oh my god. Lumberyard. Oh my god. Crisis points. Divine. Community. What's the arrow? Can be upgraded to Town Hall. Longhouse. Guess we need one of those. Community, Divine Culture. Smithy. How many points do I have? 450. Okay. I've got 10. I can build 10 of things. Oh, I mean, okay, that's because, oh, that's the zones you can build them into. Okay. I think we need a longhouse. It's going to be as a center. A pier. A windmill. Build a wall. I think we need a wall. Granary. We want tavern. Wait, barracks adjacent to longhouse. Oh my god, the tavern cannot be adjacent to both of them. I'm gonna need barracks. Shop of Missy. I'm gonna build the wall. Herbalist house. Let's put a shrine here. The rural grid. And do I do an orphanage or a granary? +1 community. Community and loyalty. I'm gonna go with the orphanage. Okay. Okay. Assigning advisors. Your barony requires field advisor position to function. Use the advisors tab to assign advisors to the position. Regent. The regent ensures subjects' complaints and concerns are heard by the ruler. It serves as a link between the baroness and the people. Choose an advisor to fill this position. Octavia always strives to solve problems peacefully. Valerie strives to follow the letter of the law. I'll go with Octavia. You may claim new regions to expand your territory. Open the regions tab to the right side of the screen. On the right side of the screen, and select the relevant project at the bottom of the screen. Claiming a region will allow you to significantly increase your barony's stats and found settlements in the new lands. Here is what you must do to claim a new region. Meet special regional conditions. That is, complete a quest or reach a certain rank in one of the stats. Collect sufficient BP for the claim. Find an unoccupied advisor who can take... Wait. Can take charge of the claim. As soon as you start the Kingdom project to claim a region, time will automatically speed up for the next 14 days. The time it takes for you and your advisor to claim the region. After the new territory is claimed and annexed into your domain, the boundaries of the state will change and you will receive all the bonuses granted by the claimed region. Okay. Counselor. The counselor deals with trouble of the common folk and helps settle disputes and agricultural matters. This advisor will ensure citizens remain loyal to the throne. Tristan, okay. General. The general is the highest ranking officer in the army of the barony and responsible for watching the borders and protecting the realm. Choose an advisor to fill this position. Advisor will act according to the position government, their belief and their alignment. What? Wait, what? I'll go with him. Do I have his stats? I don't know. Treasurer. The treasurer's duty is to keep the coffers of the barony full and ensure any gold spent is spent wisely. No candidate. Oh my god. High priest. No matter what deity he serves, the high priest strives to satisfy the spiritual needs of all citizens in the barony. Oh my god. Yod, of course. Yod does his best to solve problems without disrupting local traditions. Yes. Harem favors unusual but effective solutions. I want a good one, not a neutral one. Who's this guy? Curses. Wait, what? Research into the nature of... Now that the undead engineer curse has been lifted. Maybe prudent to study it and be more prepared next time. Yeah, start project. Okay, economy. What's going on? Can I not do that? Rebuild the Temple of the Elk. Restore the Temple of the Elk to its former glory and make it the center of Erasil's worship in all the surrounding areas. My god, he's already taken. Pillage the temple. Plunder the Temple of the Elk and rob it of all remaining treasures. Prevents for future restoration of the temple. Oh my god. No. Esfanki's offer. Projects. Trade agreement with Sotova. Claim outskirts. Declare the outskirts a part of your kingdom. The only statistics indicate the distance towards the Baroness's method. Community or loyalty. Well, we have quite a lot of loyalty. Maybe community would be good. Insufficient funds. My god. My god, I can't. Okay, I'm not gonna do that right now. Events. Harim has a request. Harim seems to be worried, wants to discuss something. Okay. Harim looks embarrassed. He runs his fingers through his beard and clears his throat a few times, then speaks at last.
I heard. Not that it is important, but, well...
He clears his throat again.
I heard that an ancient trade road built by the dwarves of the Five Kings Mountains ran through these lands. I don't know what happened to them, or where they went. In forgiving time, spares no one, but the road itself is still here, and possibly not only the road.
Harim holds his beard in his fists.
Well, Nora, I have a request. If you find any dwarven ruins in the area, I'd like to see them with my own eyes.
Of course, Harim. If I find any dwarven ruins, I'll take you to them.
Thank you, Nora. Thank you.
Harim left his homeland long ago, breaking all ties with his people. Oh my god, let me read! It seems it's not so easy to leave the past in the past. He knows that the stolen lands were once inhabited by dwarves, and would like to see with his own eyes the ruins are left. Can I, Yod? Hey, is this mine? Do I have stuff in there? I do. So I don't have a magic bastard sword. I have a rapier. That's a natural weapon. Well balanced. Choose to apply her dexterity modifier to damage rolls. Oh my god, I need that. Tristan, Lindsay, Octavia. Hello? Dr. Yu? Octavia smiles at you flirtiously. You got any good news? I don't think we can really talk to them much more than we already did. We didn't talk to Cassil though. Cassil Aldori, elegantly dressed in formal clothes as always, welcome you with a courteous half-bow. Your Grace? I'd like to know more about you. Happy to serve, Your Grace. Tell me of your origins. Oh, I grew up alone on the streets of Restov. I know nothing of my parents. It's more than likely that my mother just wanted to be rid of me. Probably left me somewhere in an alley as a baby. I don't feel I have the right to blame her. I don't remember how I survived. My first memories of sneaking into someone's backyard. I must have been 3 or 4, and tried to steal food from a cat. A half-orc among the Brevik aristocracy is a rare sight indeed. Lady Gemandi Aldori herself brought me into the family. She picked me up off the street when I was about 14. Was fighting some Lord's Guardsmen. The master had expressed his wish, in a most inappropriate manner, to acquaint me with his female wolfhound in the hopes of producing offspring. What? Castiel's lips turn up slightly at the corner, stopping just sort of looking sinister. No other sign of emotion crosses his face. I was at what would politely be called a disadvantage when I saw a flashing beam of light reflect off a lone sword. What happened next was too fast for me to follow, but all 3 of my torturers fell to the ground. A single woman standing above them, she turned to the Lord and coldly asked him, "And just what is it you're doing in here?" Cassiel speaks somewhat reverently, genuine awe in his voice. I had never seen a Restovic noble so afraid, but he was almost reverent, and this lord was a close companion to the mayor at that. At the time, I had no idea who this woman was, but I couldn't keep myself from rushing after her. Well, hobbling really, and pleading with her, "Teach me, please, teach me. What's it like for you living among humans?" "Oh, it isn't easy, Your Grace. I was born and raised in Restov. I don't know a single word of Orc. I devoted my entire life to proving myself worthy to bear the name Aldori, but to most people, I'm still a half-orc first and foremost. Anything else is secondary. It's infuriated me when I was younger, but with age, I've learned to accept my fate. To me, I'm simply Cassil, a street urchin from Rostov, who became the student of Sword Lord Jemendi Aldery. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you. Let's discuss something less personal. I need to discuss politics and affairs of the barony with you. How may I be of service, Your Grace? What's the situation between the Aldery and the royal house Sotuva? Cassil's face remained impassive, but his speech becomes slower, more deliberate. The Sotovas and the Aldery are different in nature and spirit. They are as water and stone, as a snake and an eagle. When Korl the Conqueror came to our lands, the Sotovas didn't even attempt to defend themselves. They gave up the crown in exchange for positions of power in the new court, along with the safety of the lands. The Aldery went to war and lost. I dare not even say valiantly lost. The damage inflicted on the Rostland armies by the Red Dragons of Korl the Conqueror, well, it was a slaughter, a crushing defeat. Very noticeable frown darkens Cassil's face. Even with 2 centuries of effort, the Aldery and Rostland have yet to fully recover. For 2 centuries, we fought for survival, while the Sotovas have flourished and grown stronger at the side of the throne. Needless to say, now that King Snoreski Sotova and his sister Natala rule over Brevoy, our relationship hasn't improved. The Sotovas fear the Aldery, and the Aldery don't trust the Sotovas. That's the current situation between our houses. What can you tell me about the River Kingdoms? In times past, there was more than a nest of bandits. Frankly, that hasn't really changed. Of all the kingdoms, Pitax is probably the greatest interest. King Iroveti rose to power too quickly and too easily. I would recommend Your Grace take great caution with him. Okay, I have questions on another topic. You must know much of the history of Brevoy and the neighboring lands. In Rostov, I spent nearly as much time studying historical chronicles as I did training with the sword. What would you like to discuss, Your Grace? I'd like to hear about the early history of Brevoy. That's a story written in blood. Aldery blood, mostly. In the beginning, Brevoy was 2 independent lands. House Sotova reigned over Isya and the Aldery ruled Rostland. They were not peaceable neighbors. Isya's soil was too poor to sustain its population, and his people were too cruel and proud to simply stand by and watch as their neighbors prospered. I'd be willing to bet that Rostov's northern walls still hold a few marks left by Sotova soldiers during their frequent raid from ages past. It was Korl Rogovia, later known as Korl the Conqueror, who put an end to all that. He brought Israel to its knees. Only one side knelt willingly. The other ended up first paying a devastating toll. Tell me about Sword Lords. Or I could speak for days about the Sword Lords, but I'll try to condense things so as not to bore Your Grace. Our history goes back to ancient times when Rostland was ruled by Baron Syrian first. He was a notorious squabbler and duelist, but at the time he wasn't as skillful as he thought. After losing a fight against a local gang leader, the Baron was the one who issued this challenge. He went into exile to hide his shame. But that was just the beginning. No one knows where Syrian wandered, but a few years later he returned to Rostland, a changed man. He challenged that same gang leader to another duel and bested him handily. The Baron then declared an open challenge. Anyone who could defeat him would be rewarded handsomely. After that, not a month would pass without Syrians seeing another challenger. Renowned fighters and experienced warrior came and went, but none, not a single one, could best the Baron. In those years, Syrian took a new name, Aldery, but many people prefer to call him simply the Sword Baron. So the Baron was the first Sword Lord? The very same. His heirs inherited the secrets of his dueling style, along with the name Aldery. Ever since, the name has been passed down from master to student, along with the title Sword Lord. The Aldery are simultaneously a family and an alliance. Sword Lords will usually teach their own children, but many of us were brought in from outside the family. Occasionally, you can even find a half-orc fosterling or two. Cassil gives a slight bow. Let's change the subject. Occasionally, you can even find a half-orc fosterling or two. How do you like being general? I thank you for the face you place in me. I shall do my best to prove worthy of your trust. Okay, thank you. Hey, Yod.
How may I serve you, your grace?
How are you enjoying your duties as the High Priest?
Everything is all well, your grace. I just keep forgetting what a mess it is in the stolen lands, and how troubled are the minds of its people. Sometimes I must listen to such nonsense from my visitors. Erastil, forgive them.
Thank you for the story. We may speak more later. Very well.
How may I serve you, your grace?
What did you do to be exiled? I believe I have a right to know.
Fair enough. For a Garess, the prosperity of the house and the honor of the name stands above all else. And I was betrothed to a widow from another noble house. This union was of great importance to the family. However,
Wait,
3
you
months
already
before
told
the
me
wedding, I
that.
met a comment. My father was furious. I'd set a point. Don't imagine that I ask for pity. Everyone gets what they deserve.
Indeed. Okay. There's nobody else. Storyteller? What? The man standing before you resembles an elf, but a very old one. His face is wrinkled, and his beard is as white as mountain snow. The man seems to be completely blind. The old man stares past you with unseeing eyes. He seems to be consumed in his thoughts. He mutters a soft melody, swaying back and forth slightly to its rhythms. The man shudders briefly and stops singing. His mouth opens and closes a few times, beginning to mind a fish brought ashore. Ah, who is there? Is that you, your grace? Who are you? Oh, I'm an elf from Kionin. My name is not important. I am the storyteller, collector of stories. I collect unknown legends of ancient times. Long ago I was a smith in Kionin. The fire of the forge has burned out my eyes, but I am grateful for it. If I could see, I would yet forge suits of armor for Yadara's guards. Instead, I have stepped on the path of an adventurer and gatherer of ancient legends. The old man ponders silently for a moment. Many peoples are long dead. Their homes crumbled to dust and their bodies turned to ash. Only legends can still tell us of their triumphs and defeats, their joys and fears. I would be so interested to hear the stories told about us after our demise. I've always been drawn to the Stolen Land, where countless expeditions, armies, and even kingdoms have met their untimely ends. When I learned of a new barony being founded in the heart of these lands, I knew I wanted to be part of its story, so I made the journey here. Are you an elf? Are you really an elf? Do other elves age like you have? A common question. Despite my unusual looks, I am an elf. And an old one, yes. Perhaps older than any other elf of Kionin. However, I doubt my age alone is responsible for my appearance. I kept the stories of many people and races, some forever gone from the face of Golion, but they live on in my memory and my heart. When I accept a new story, I lock it within myself, bearing the weight of its words and the emotions they invoke. I sometimes think that I probably should have died long ago, but some incomprehensible force is keeping me alive and granting me the ability to continue my quest to gather stories, be it divine power or fell curse. I am grateful either way. How could you tell it was me? Oh, it is not so hard to recognize a ruler by the way she walks. No one here steps as confidently as you, Your Grace. Alright, would you care to trade stories with me? The man's voice rustles with autumn leaves, like autumn leaves. I'm a collector, not a trader. If I share a story with you, you receive the power to pass it further, changing or embellishing it, whether willingly or not. Can I be certain you will keep my stories intact in their absolute purity? No, I do not think so. At least, not yet. These legends are the most precious valuable of this world, the last remnants of ancient tribes. They are beacons illuminating the way of the past, allowing us to meet generations long gone. I cannot let their light fade. The past must not be lost. But I can offer you a deal, Your Grace. If on your journeys you discover items that come from eras past, bring them to me, and my eyes can see the stories that these relics hold. I will gladly share them with you. Okay. I found shards of an ancient artifact. Can you restore it for me at the anvil? May I? This scorched piece of metal is a part of a curious artifact, known as the Necklace of Double Crosses. Inside, I sense a story of many deeds, not heroic, but low and maleficent. If you find all 7 of these fragments, I will be able to restore the artifact and recount its inglorious story. I've brought some relics. Are any worthy of a story? How interesting. May I, Your Grace? Coin from a non-existent country. When Kor the Conqueror mastered Roseland, having claimed it for Brevoy, he prohibited the issuance and use of such coins. But ordinary folk and the Eldori sword lords were required to use new coins, decorated with Kor's profile. But no one was quick to be rid of these prohibited coins. Oh no. In many houses they still store boxes and whole chests of such coins, waiting for the day when Roseland declares its independence. The storyteller's fingers caress the symbols, shaped like a tree leaf. And what is this? I hear the voices of trees, smell the scent of fresh leaves. A dried mark, is it not? I would be happy to purchase it from you. Okay. Storyteller weighs the soldier's stag in his palm. A soldier does not ask where the banners of the wars are headed. He or she goes to battle, dies, and leaves it to others to decide whether the cause was just. This stag belonged to one of the many warriors who helped establish the glory of the Taldan Empire. If you would permit me, I would gladly purchase it from you. Ah, the belonging of brave heroes who performed their feat here before you. I sense you would be interested to hear the stories, but there are too few of them here for me to recount it yet. Please find all 5 of them. I'm sure you won't regret the time you spent in the search. I need a a wise advisor at my court. Would you like to serve me in the Meadow Estate? Thank you for your words. I'm unlikely to be able to interpret the intricacies of the political world, or the affairs of the treasury, but my advice regarding the magic of the arts would be useful to any ruler. I'll leave you your legend till we meet again. Okay.
Quiet footsteps.
Okay, I've been able to sell all my stuff. Okay, so I have 4 of them and I'm only missing 1. Need 2 more of those. Okay. Okay, do I need to go back to the map? I think I need to go back to the map. Or maybe I can get out, I don't know.
Hello, my savior. You asked if we'd meet again, and here I am. I see your fate has changed since last we met. Now you are the ruler who will determine the destiny of these lands. I am their living heart, the whisper of the wind, the strength of rivers, the luxuriant growth of the meadows. Do you wish to touch this power? I will show you a place where we can finally meet in flesh, you and I. Deep in the woods, there is an old mossy ruins long abandoned, nearly swallowed by the thicket. There is an old tree growing among the stones in the yard, which I remember as a seed. A shadow under its green crown I call my verdant chambers. Visit me there, my lady, and come alone. A nymph's reward awaits you.
Wait, I wish to ask you something.
Forgive me, nymphs are not made for cities. The noise and vanity of human settlements vex me. I will answer all your questions, but there, in the silence of my asylum.
Okay, I was happy to help. I will see you soon in the verdant chambers.
So long. I will await you there, as the ground waits for spring under the heavy winter's snow.
Citizen. Oh, there. You see a dark-skinned, wiry man with a weather-beaten face and a happy smile on his face. He's dressed luxuriously, and his dark hair and neat moustache are exquisitely coiffured. Let's see what you have. Hussar from Absalom is happy to welcome you, Your Grace. Come take a look at the best wares we traveling merchants have to offer. Please come take a look. Okay. What do you have? For 1,000 quarter stat. What? Tower shield +1, chain shirt +2, full place, leather armor +2. Can I see my inventory? Leather armor +2, 5 armor class. Plus 1 luck. Bonus damage rolls with bows. Plus 2. Oh, Ring of Protection plus 2. Cord of Stubborn Fury. Oh my god. That's the Gloves of Dueling. My god. One rope? I don't have a rope anymore. Dinosaur bones? What? Crowbar. I'm gonna get that. Don't need a good crowbar. Rapier, frost during sword plus 1. Frost? Oh my god. 8,000. Okay. Flaming Bastard Sword. My god, I need so much money. Who's that? The Chiefling girl looks as though she's made of springs. She cannot stand still for a moment. Grace, welcome. What do you want? Scrolls. I have them. You won't regret it. Show me your wares. She's got scrolls. Okay, one of these. Who are you? Darcy is a little cobbler at your service. Best spells, charms, jinxes, and hexes for the best baroness across all the Reaver Kingdoms. Buy it all and don't waste any. You won't regret it. Where do your goods come from? It's a family business. We're siblings across all Mendev. They pinch every, they're very creative suppliers, and I sell it all. Get it now, don't hesitate. My goodies are great. Okay. Tell me about yourself. My pleasure, Grace. As family was not rich, and he has many in Absalom. Had to start from the very bottom. As a child, while his peers chased pigeons and stole apples at the market, he worked at a tannery. Oh, I can still smell this disgusting stench. Well, the young apprentice worked hard, saved every coin, and soon managed to purchase a tannery from his former master. Then, as soon as he had enough money, he opened his own trading agency. For 10 years, countless dealers on many tours in his caravan. Hasuf was one of the most successful merchants in Absalom, thus writing his name indelibly in the history of the great city. My god, he's got so much wares. What is the secret of your success, Hasuf? There is no secret. Perseverance, strength of character, attention to detail, the gift of persuasion, charm, and this, among many other things, are key to success in my profession. But I did not have a secret. But if I did have a secret, who would I be to share it with anyone? Why did you leave Absalom, the center of the global trade for some young barony in the Soren lands? Ah, this is a long story. I don't think your grace would be interested. Come on, tell me why you left Absalom, I insist. Oh, very well, as you wish, Your Grace. It was about a woman. When I was still young, I fell in love with the daughter of a judge, an important person in Absalom. For many years I tried to win her heart, but she was cold as stone. I should have given up, but this is not my character. In the end, I did manage to win her love, but I wasn't ready for it. As Abadar is my witness, the flames of hell burn inside this woman. I could not live with her for even 6 months. Tenderness and passion one day, screaming and scandal the next. Sometimes she would break into my office during business meetings to make a jealous scene, and sometimes pull me by my collar from the finest tavern in town. I couldn't sleep. I was nervous all the time, and it started to affect my business. I realized there was nothing else to do but run. Leaving her and remaining in the city would be impossible, even in such a city as Absalom. I decided never to return, and I still fear that wildcat of a woman would follow my trail. Although sometimes, after a couple of jars of wine, I still remember her. But perhaps it was I who unleashed this tornado on her. If somehow I behaved differently. I'm not sure I like this story.
The way seems clear.
Can I just take things? I can. Okay. I don't understand this game.
Careful now.
It's locked, oh my god. I knew I wanted to be a thief. A rogue. A tense silence hangs over the house. Casey, your tiefling friend, emerges from the shadow, but her eyes are staring into the distance. She seems to look right past you. No, not now. The turmoil is suddenly over, but you see fear in Casey's eyes, her blue eyes. It's you. I wanted to say What just happened? It's certainly not regular travel between planes. I feel almost sure that I've just witnessed some sort of a divine intervention. I knew it couldn't last forever. Why did he even make this rule if he knew it would be impossible to keep? The girl closes her eyes and clenches her fists, obviously in the grip of a strong emotion, but one you cannot read. She takes a deep breath, opens her eyes and speaks with firm resolve. Come what may, you should know, Enora, that the person you know by the name of Casey does not exist. My real name is Kalike, and well, it's a long story, and such stories are better told beside a welcoming fire. Will you hear me out? Fine, let's go. The girl rests her head on her arm and stares off into the distance, lost in memory. Stories by the fire in the desert where I was born. My fondest... we're not by a fire. My fondest memory, when the day is done, hosts and guests, parents and children, friends and rivals, all gather by the fire under the stars to tell their tales. All they did, all they witnessed, and all they heard from the other travelers, and the whispers carried by the desert wind. My sister and I often snuck in to hear these stories, hiding in the shadows just beyond the circle of light and warmth. We are hellspawns, you see. Tieflings are unwelcome guests in Quadira, unblessed by the light of merciful Siren Ray. We grew up sleeping in a common tent, scavenging food here and there like orphans, all but outcasts and disowned. We were 13 when we left, and set off to find happiness in the cities, and everyone we left behind sighed in relief. My sister and I, we are twins, but as different as the sun and moon. Her name is Canara, which means silent flame. She's fire, a cold fire, but one that turns everything to ash. I am a river. It brings me joy to give water to tired travelers and nurture green shoots, but when I float, I'm bound to bring death. The girl's eyes are full of sorrow. Despite our differences, we are one. Our lives belong to divine Netes, and by his mercy we now live in turns. Also known as the All-Seeing Eye is the guarantee god who holds knowledge and magic above all things. Okay. While one of us is here, the other sleeps in the plane, and when she wakes up, we switch place, just as you just witnessed. So this is why you didn't remember me when we were talking to Gem the Aldrey. How could I remember you? I never met you at the time. That was Canara. She was the one who talked to you at the reception, helped you fight off the assassins. We usually write each other's notes, recounting in detail all that happened, describing any friend that Casey had made. But at that time we switched right in the middle of a mansion engulfed in fire and filled with assassins. Canara didn't have the time to write any notes. Now, how is it you began to live in towns? Oh, this story. It's one I've never told to anyone before. No one in the whole world. And it's not easy to confide in a stranger. There's too much grief and guilt in it. If you don't mind, I'd rather not go into all the details. You see, my sister died, and I couldn't get over it. Canara was killed by a soul eater, a monster summoned by secret followers of Abaddon's archdemons. Those who summoned him died in the fight, but the beast was too strong for my sister, and I wasn't even there to protect her. We just had a fight, and we both did some stupid things just before, but I don't want to talk about that now. When I found out what happened to my sister, I was ready to make a deal with any power, if only I could just get her back, and I found such a power. I was contacted by the Arcanothene, the herald of the god Netis himself. She promised she would return Canara to life, but on two conditions. First, we must both keep the arrangement a secret. Second, we would never be able to meet again. So our new life began. Now we flee through the world, guarding our secret, always introducing ourselves as Kisi to hide that there are two of us, and we switch places with each other at random. While one lives, the other sleeps in a demi-plane, one created especially for us. And you can control these switches? No, we can't. They happen at random, most often while we're sleeping, but sometimes in broad daylight. That's why we can never stay in one place for long. When someone witnesses a switch, we usually tell them of a special magic way of traveling, but people start noticing strange things and begin to figure things out. Truth be told, I'm so tired of having to pretend. We knew this wouldn't last forever, and now the truth is finally out. What's the point of all this? You revealed a secret to me. It means you broke one of the rules set by the deity's herald. Yes. Will you make me regret this, Enora? I just thought. I felt you might be someone who could help my sister and me change our fates. What can I do to help? That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about. Canara was supposed to tell you of an ancient treasury that we've been looking for. Gold isn't the only thing of value in this place. It may contain an ancient relic taken by the Taldan raiders from a respected Quadrant temple of Netis. It's an unusual relic called the Disc of the Eclipse. I once heard a beautiful story that it was created from the shadow that hides the sun and the moon, but I don't think that could be the truth. Netis is the god of magic, who was once a mortal wizard, and the relics from his temples are usually very powerful. There are many among his followers who think that solving the mysteries of magic, even rivaling the deity, is the best way to serve him. One such follower created the disc long ago in the distant past. According to legend, it gave its owner control over planet travel, but only pairs of wizards bound by unbreakable ties could use it. While one of them traveled the planes, the other was his anchor in our world, and they could switch between. Do you see now why we so desperately wish to find the disc? It might help us understand how the switch between me and Kanara works, and it should make our divine patron happy. Netis and his assistants value the desire to understand the mysteries of magic above all else. And how did this disc come to be in the Stolen Lands? It was brought there by Taldans from the 5th Arm of Exploration. Talda and Quadira were enemies for ages. Thousands of years ago, a soldier broke into the temple of Netis and stole the relic to sell it, or secretly hoard it as an heirloom. Hundreds of years later, his own kin, or the kin of his 100th spire, brought the disc to these changed lands, where the Taldans had come, and invited as usual, and which they finally vanished with little trace. Sometimes history is as intricate lace. You'd never guess where it begins and where it ends. Tell me about the location of the treasury. Oh my god, it was called Sorrowflow in the Chronicles we read. It was once a Taldan town founded by the veterans of the 5th Army of the Exploration. It stood on the shore of the turbulent river, and that was what destroyed it. One night, a terrible flood devastated the settlement, killing many and driving the rest to flee. Only the tower of the cliff remained, which was too high for the flood to reach. Water covered the ruins for a long time, but last year it receded. My friend found a chronicle which recounted the destruction of the city and spoke of the disk of the eclipse, which was kept there. They managed to track down the ruins, but were frightened away by the monsters and beasts that roamed the area. If this can help, then I agree. Thank you. I will wait for you there at Sorrowflow. And please, let's explore the ruin together. Just the two of us. I don't want to give myself away in front of their companions. Breaking their kind of things condition once was enough. I have no wish to anger our god. So long. Okay.
Quiet footsteps.
My god, I need to be a rogue. I want to open those chests. Olivia, Valerie, Tristan. Wait, I didn't see any tavern. That's weird. Amiri. Elena. Noel 8 Eyes. Hey, you're the local baroness now, right? Congratulations, the Stag Lord was a real bastard. It's a good thing you killed him. Sometimes justice would still triumph, right? For what it's worth, I've decided to move into the capital, leaving it all inexorably boring. But here, look around. I can feel a rhythm of life. Okay. What's this guy? Nobody. Okay. What's that? Someone carved a body point with the origin of the name the Stag Lord. Okay. Such an ink stain suggests that Nudie may have spent some time here.
Precisely.
No? Show us what wits you have. Okay, so she has food. Pipe, okay. Fish. Trout. Hey, why can I not move?
That's easy.
PM again.
The way seems clear.
Jathal. Speak. I would like to hear a story. Stories are boring and a waste of time. I have killed and was exiled for Kyonin. I died. Was raised by Urgathoa's gift. That is my story. Who were you before your exile? It's rather amusing. I belong to a wealthy family, a held high position in the court of Ayadara, the capital of Kyonin. When my little wrongdoings were revealed, the child was held in the same court where I tried cases and delivered sentences over several hundred years. In a good position, don't you think? Who did you kill and why? Family. 4. But why is the more interesting question. What is the worth of 1,000 years if you cannot enjoy it like your first 10 dozen springs? Everyone considers elves ever young, but our youthfulness is but a mask, a threadbare ritual ground. What lies underneath? The dust of years and jaded repetition. With each year the dust grows thicker, and erstwhile joy ceases to exist, and cloy, as a dish you've tasted 1,000 times. Long did I search for the way to avert this fate, don't I? Who has truly tasted life? Deserve a better lot than those benumbed old elves who close themselves to the world. And I found a way in the ancient text of Urgathoa, a ritual involving the blood of my kin, a trifle that would make each day feel as holiday, created especially for me. The ritual gave strength not only to my body, but to my mind and my soul. My mind whirled at every sensation, each sip of wine, or silken caress. Oh, how I miss this. My cousin was the first I used for the ritual. It was a simple matter to pass her death as an unfortunate accident, but the enchantment would not last. I had to find another, and again, conceal my trail with the third death. My family grew suspicious, and upon the fourth, my deeds were finally revealed. Such a pity. If not for this, my own life, even now, would overflow with burning pleasure, for I have dozens of useless relatives. Did you kill innocent elves for entertainment and pleasure? That's unbelievable. Yes, I have. Use whatever high-sounding word you wish to describe my deeds. Say abominable if it suits you. Reasonable and honest, which would fit just as well. Enough. What made you follow me? Curiosity. The need for a reliable ally, you see. must come to understand that my goddess seeks from me. Ongathoa gave me the power of Inquisitor without declaring her will to me. I await her reply, any hint or trace of or clue. I suppose our meeting was no mere accident. Besides, I imagine that several Keonin assassins still pursue me. They never risked attacking me while I was under the patronage of the Aldery. They are unlikely to attack while I have reliable allies like you. But why do these assassins follow you? I don't know. They can't have been sent by the Queen. I am branded outlaw, but my punishment was exile, and it is not custom for elves to contravene their own verdicts. My attackers shouted something about threats and blood. Suppose they are a splinter group of feeble-minded zealots, or someone in a quest for personal revenge. Thank you. Oh, it's locked, my god. Writing on the wall, Aldery crossed out, Sotova crossed out, beer.
If there's gold, it's mine.
Rowan Warax. Okay. +1. Good, good.
Quiet footsteps.
It's locked. I want to pick locks. Diamond dust, okay. Hello. Should go, okay. I haven't looted this yet.
Careful now.
Delia Valerie. Who is this? No. You see a stout man seated in well-worn armor. His face is framed with a silvery stubble, and his fleshy nose is red and pockmarked. He radiates perfect calm. As you approach, he bows respectfully and with dignity. Highland, my grace, Captain of the Guard. A young dwarf girl salutes you awkwardly. Delia, assistant to the captain, happy to serve your grace. And remember hiring a guard captain, or any guards for that matter. I came here from Restov with a dozen of our best guards. By order of Lady Jamandi Aldery, your grace, I hired the rest among the locals. Don't you worry, your grace. We are now the subjects of the barony. We are sworn to serve you faithfully and loyally, and you can count on us. Besides, we draw a salary from your chests. The captain looked at the female guard raising his burrow, then sighs and looked at you. Of course, every one of us is ready to die to protecting your grace, but there's still some work to be done when it comes to discipline. You know the Dwarven author, Baldric Zebras, Garlic Thundras. The name escapes me, but my boneheads used to read his books about guards' duty right on guard's duty. I had to do some a lesson or two. I'd like to learn something about those who serve me. Of course, your grace. I've been a guard all my life. I started as snot-nosed runt in the night watch. Rostov is famous for its fencing schools. Young people from all the river kingdoms come to study there. It seems every other person has a sword, and every third think they know how to use it better than all the rest. A misspoken word or dragon fight can quickly lead to a stunning rampage. That's why there are so many guards in the city, and they don't accept just anyone. Lady Jamandi took note of my achievements and marked me for advancements. That's why I'm here. As for Delia, I found her on the street about a decade ago. I remember vividly a tiny dwarf girl sitting on the temple steps, dirty face, barefoot, feeding a piece of bread to a stray cat. I saw her and my heart missed a beat. Where's she from? Who left her alone and why? Only Era still knows, and as she grew, I tried to send her to learn a craft. But who can talk sense into a dwarf? She wanted to be a guard, and that's that. So now I'm teaching her myself. Lucky she has a head on her shoulders and a fair bit of strength. Kylan, do the guards have everything they need? There are sufficient munition and supplies, Your Grace. The salary is fair. We've enough to buy toys for the kids and a jug of beer when the shift is done. Of course, the town is growing. It would be nice to expand the ranks, but we can manage that ourselves. I have to go. At the barracks. Oh, that's the... okay.
Precisely. Quiet footsteps.
Hello.
The way seems clear.
There's loot over there. Really?
That's easy.
Nothing in here.
Quiet footsteps.
What's over there? What is that? A magic quarterstaff? What?
Precisely.
Who is this guy? Evan Smith? I'd like to see your goods. You look a little unusual for a dwarf. Oh, you expect to see a bear there? No offense, but what's the point of a beard? Especially when you're the blacksmith and working with fire. You burn it once, dip into lighting oil, and catch a spark from the forge. And your beard is history. You're better off without one. They're reading. Well, different things. It's nice to take a rest with a good book. Just now it's valor and honor. The never share the splendid rulers could conjure some in Absalom. Only about yourself. What is there to tell you, Grace? I'm a blacksmith. My father was a blacksmith. My grandfather was a blacksmith, and his grandfather too. Besides, every one of them were remarkably fertile. So I have plenty of cousins, second cousins, third cousins, and all of them are blacksmiths too. Pretty much all the weapons in Movin were forged by someone from our family. That's why I moved away from the old home grounds. My skills are more useful here, that's for sure. Okay. Okay. Masterwork during sword. Gold iron long sword. Diamond full plate. Oh my god. 18,000, my god. Mithril full plate. 10 ammo class. Mithril. Decreased. Spell failure chance decreased. Excitabilities increase. More check penalty decreased. Okay. What about the other one? Damage reduction. Okay, so he has good armor. What? I don't want that. Not too expensive. Take this for Valerie. Stratagem rapier +2. Oh my god. Grace?
Careful now.
Reaching for the Golden River, Golden Tower. Sorrow Flow. Wait, where is the place where the fence? Tons of gold. Rumor has it that an unsofted master crafting items of extraordinary beauty and rare quality has appeared in the region. Something should be done to entice her to stay. Have a look. It's right there. Not gonna be much though.
The way seems clear. Quiet footsteps.
Okay, there isn't much here.
I need to catch my breath. That's easy.
Met the chart of a ring. Hmm. There.
Precisely. They should have known better. Quiet footsteps.
My god, wolves. Bears, wolves?
I shall end this suffering.
How many of them are there?
Their men, be generous to them, for I am not.
Hesitation is a waste of time. The way seems clear.
What's that?
Careful now. Quiet footsteps. Precisely.
For Gorum!
Catch my breath.
Wait, who is doing sneak attacks? Hmm.
You see that?
Applause, please.
Half plate. Wow.
May we have a moment of respite?
Half plate +1. Half plate +2. Oh my god.
They dare threaten me?
So, Taya.
How many bars do they have? My god.
I'm writing you out of our story.
Taya. So, Taya. Look at me, Gorum!
I'm hungry. When we stop?
this shit?
The way seems clear.
What's that?
Running won't help you!
Quiet footsteps.
We've downed better ones. Tear them apart!
Careful now. What's that glitter?
That's glitter.
Precisely. Time to rob them of their treasures. I'm not afraid.
Oh, yeah, he's doing this attacks, okay.
strike worth a legend.
The way seems clear. That's easy.
My God. What is that? Oh my God. Let us save. Can I fight the thing?
They should have known better.
My God.
Hey, can someone help me?
My God.
Consider me provoked.
Regeneration. Oh my God.
This won't kill me.
Your death awaits.
All right. I can't keep this up much longer. Avenge me.
I need a moment to recover a terrible mistake.
This won't kill me. I will survive. I always survive.
Dawnflower, Seraphim, I see your light.
me, please. What a miserable last chapter. I died.
I always survive.
Well, that didn't go well. Okay. This can come back later.
The way seems clear.
Ooh, cloak. What is it? The Winter Wolf. Wait. Yeah, that's what I thought. She has a bite attack.
I shall end this suffering.
You think that hurt?
Your death awaits.
Saren Ray, be generous to them, for I am not.
This is quite a hostile place.
Precisely. Success. That's easy.
To victory!
So many bears.
Dawnflower, grant me strength.
Oh my god.
Share your troubles.
Wait, can't he? Wait, he gonna cure wounds?
Just letting the ink dry.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Quiet footsteps. The way seems clear. Careful now.
What's that?
Applause, please.
This requires your attention.
Blood for Gorum!
I believe I found something.
They don't have anything special on them. Cooking ingredient, okay. Helmet, okay.
Anything else?
Magic dagger.
Quiet footsteps.
Okay, protector. Oh. Wait, there was something else, wasn't there? Directive of negotiation handling. god.
Precisely. That's easy.
I need to catch my breath.
May we have a moment of respite?
Coins. The Ring of Reckless Courage. Okay.
May we have a moment of respite?
I do things my way.
I already have one, I may sell this one. Wolf belts. Books I need to store. Wait, did I not? I didn't wear the right one.
The way seems clear. Quiet footsteps.
Okay, so what do I have to sell? Quarterstaff. Cat. Put this. Just in my scrolls. I don't know. God, so many things to buy. Do I buy this? I'm gonna buy this.
I need to catch my breath.
Store this. Alright. It's kind of weird that we can't go to the personal chambers.
Careful now.
I want to go there. Oh yes, we can rest here. My God. What? A magical flail just lying there.
Precisely.
Let's see. I don't think I have anything else to do here. I think we're gonna stop here for tonight. Yeah. I don't know that I'm gonna... I don't know, it feels like this game is gonna take a long time. Not sure if I can stream all that. Anyway. Thanks for being here with me tonight. I'm not sure what we're gonna... We'll be back. But I think we're gonna find something else to play. Anyway, in the meantime, please take care, stay safe, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.